morning, students. Now here in this class we will focus on the transformer. What is transformer? What is the principle behind the transformer? How we have to construct the transformer? What is the meaning of step-up transformer, step-down transformer, and what are the defects? What are the problems in transformer? So all these things we will learn. We will see in this class. See, transformer is a device. Transformer is a device which is useful to step up the voltage or step down the voltage. The device which is used to change the voltage, either step up the voltage or step down the voltage, it is called transformer. Now, the transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. The transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. It works on the principle of mutual induction. Now, how it is working? See, in a transformer, first of all, we have to take one laminated core. See, first we have to take one soft iron laminated core. Why have to take soft iron? Because if you are taking soft iron, then hysteresis loss will be minimum. If you are taking the laminated core, the eddy currents will be minimized. So that is the reason here we are taking a soft iron laminated core we have to take. Then here insulated copper wire is wounded, and other end also this insulated copper wire is wounded. From where we are getting the AC current? This coil we call it as a primary coil. From where the load is given, this coil we call it as a secondary coil. This is the primary coil and this is the secondary coil, and both are insulated from each other. Once again, transformer is a device which is useful to step up or step down the voltage. It is based on the principle of mutual inductance. Now, here I am taking one laminated core of soft iron material. Soft iron is preferable to minimize the hysteresis loss, and laminated core is required to minimize the eddy currents. Now, in one side, one copper coil is wounded, and other side, one more copper coil is wounded, and here it is called primary coil, and here it is called secondary coil. Then what happens? The primary coil is connected to AC source, and the secondary is connected to load. Now, what happens? If the primary, we are sending the alternating current, when the current is passing through this primary coil, it induces magnetic field changing and magnetic flux is changing. Because of this change in magnetic flux, induced EMF is produced in the secondary coil. Because of the secondary, then here voltage is producing, induced EMF is producing. Now, because of the change in flux, induced EMF is produced in the secondary coil. Now, the induced EMF in the secondary coil is given by the formula ES is equal to Ns into d pi by dt. This is equation 1. Or this Vs also you can write voltage across secondary is equal to minus ns into d pi by dt. This is equation 1. Now, because of that one, induced EMF is produced in the secondary coil. Now, in the primary coil also back EMF is produced, and that also depends on EP is equal to minus Np into d pi by dt, or Vp is equal to minus Np into d pi by dt. This is equation 2. Divide the equation 1 by 2. If I am dividing the equations 1 by 2, then I can get Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np. Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np. And what is the conclusion? What we are getting from this one? See here, primary voltage is applied, secondary voltage we can get. But the secondary voltage not only depends on the magnetic flux, it also depends on the number of turns in the secondary. And primary and secondary voltage both are depends on the number of turns. Here, number of turns. There also number of turns are there. So Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np. Suppose here see here, this is the primary coil and this is the secondary coil. Now see, suppose if the number of turns in the primary is greater than number of turns in the secondary, such type of transformer we call it as a step down transformer. Step down transformer. Because here number of turns in the primary is more than number of turns in the secondary. Such a transformer we call it as a step down. In step down transformer, voltage across secondary is less than voltage across the primary. Voltage across primary. Similarly, this is the primary coil and this is the secondary coil. This is the primary and this is secondary. If number of turns in the secondary is greater than number of turns in the primary, such type of transformer we call it as a step-up transformer. Because number of turns in the secondary is more than number of turns in the primary, that we call it as a step-up transformer. In step-up transformer, voltage across secondary is greater than voltage across the primary. So finally, it is whether it is a step down or step up, that only depends on the number of turns. Suppose if the transformer is ideal, in such a case, power output is equal to power input. If the transformer is ideal, power output is equal to power input. What is the power output? Vs, Is. What is the power input? Vp and Ip. Vs, Is and power input Vp, Ip. And finally here we can get Vs by Vp is equal to Ip by Is. So finally here voltage and currents are related like this. So if the transformer is ideal, power output is equal to power input, and Vs, Is is equal to Vp, Ip, and Vs by Vp is equal to Ip by Is. And finally, by using all these terms, I can write one simple equation. What is that simple equation? You see, Ns by Np is equal to Vs by Vp is equal to Ip by Is. and this is the required equation for a transformer. See, number of turns in the secondary by number of turns in the primary is equal to voltage across secondary by voltage across primary, that is equal to current across primary by current across secondary. So by using this one we can solve any problem from the transformer, and finally all these things are equal to small r. What does small r stands for? The small r stands for turns ratio. The small r stands for turns ratio. What is small r? The small r is equal to number of turns in the secondary to number of turns in the primary. Suppose if the r value is greater than 1, such a transformer we call it as a step up. If r value is less than 1, such a transformer we call it as a step down. Now we see here I assume the transformer is ideal, but practically the efficiency of transformer varies between 90% to 99% only. Theoretically, efficiency of the transformer is 100%, but practically in day-to-day life we are not getting the 100% efficiency of the transformer. What is the reason? Because the following reasons. What are the reasons? First reason, hysteresis loss, and second reason is flux leakage, and third one is ohmic resistance, and the last one is eddy currents. So these are the main problems. The energy losses in transformer is due to these following reasons. What are the reasons? Hysteresis loss. Because of these reasons only we are not getting the 100% efficiency of the transformer. In practically, the transformer efficiency varies between 90 to 99%. These are due to these following reasons. Then what are the reasons energy losses? One is hysteresis loss, second is flux leakage, third is ohmic resistance, and last one is eddy currents. Now we discuss all these things one by one. See, what is the hysteresis loss? In hysteresis loss is nothing but, in hysteresis curve, once current is passing, the magnetization, demagnetization. Because of magnetization, demagnetization, some energy is lost in the form of heat. So this we call it as a hysteresis loss, and this hysteresis loss can be minimized by using a soft iron core material, so which has low hysteresis loss. By using the soft iron core material, soft iron ferromagnetic material, the hysteresis loss is minimum. Automatically the problem can be solved. And what is the flux leakage? In primary coil and secondary coil, they are not exactly coincidence. Some difference is there. Because of the difference, some magnetic flux is leaked. Then how can you rectify that magnetic flux leakage? By primary and secondary coil, if you are holding on the same iron core, then automatically this flux leakage will be minimized. And third one is ohmic resistance. Ohmic resistance means in the transformer we are using copper coil as a winding. If you are using copper coil, the copper coil is offering some sort of resistance. Because of that one, heat is produced. Then how can you solve this ohmic problem? By using thick wires instead of using thin wires. If you are using thick wires, then the heat loss can be minimized. And the last one is eddy current loss. How these eddy currents are formed? Because of induced EMF, eddy currents are formed, and these eddy currents are minimized by using a laminated core. If you are using laminated core, automatically the area is minimized. The area is minimized means the eddy currents also minimized. So these are the main problems, energy losses for this transformer. So once again, we are revising all these concepts one by one. See. Now see, what is the principle of transformer? Transformer works on the principle of mutual inductance. Either it can use step up or step down. The step up or step down depends on the number of turns in the coil. If the number of turns in the secondary is more than number of turns in the primary, that we call it as a step up. Number of turns in the secondary is less than number of turns in the primary, we call it as a step down transformer. Now, these are the energy losses. What are the energy losses in the transformer? One is hysteresis loss, second one is flux leakage, ohmic resistance, and last one is eddy currents.